Hello and welcome to another edition of the DEI Alliance Spotlight. This is the Latino Association of Basketball Coaches. This is another spotlight, and we are joined with a very special guest today. But before we get to that, we want to remind you that for just $8 a month, using the promo code May 2023, you can become a member of Rising Coaches for more relationships, development, and opportunities at risingcoaches.com. I am your guest host once again, Lucas Ramirez, and we are joined by Coach Lou GUZMAN, the new assistant coach at the University of New Hampshire. Coach, how you doing?
Doing well. How you doing? How are you, Coach?
Doing well. We're excited to have you. We've gotten to know Coach a little bit over the years, but we're excited to have him share his story with everybody who's tuning in today. So, Coach, the long and short of it, tell us your journey playing, coaching, and everything in between.
Okay. Originally from New York City, Washington Heights, New York. I was a pretty good basketball player. Played with the Gauchos, played with the New Jersey players in North Jersey. Went to Paramus Catholic High School in North Jersey as well. And then I was top 100 coming out of high school, then ended up going to Temple, which was a pretty cool experience. Coach John Chaney recruited me before he passed. I'm his last recruit before he passed. And then when I got there, he ended up retiring. And then Coach Fran Dunphy took over. And in transitional period, I was basically his first class, me and Ryan Brooks. My stint there, I graduated in 3.5 years, won 3 A-10 championships, was team captain. We was ranked 12 in the country, we won 29 games, only lost 5. So I had a great college experience. From there, played in 8 different countries, from Spain, Denmark, Slovakia, Dominican Republic, Mexico, and Puerto Rico. And then from there, as everything happens in life, there's always an ending to it. End up, got into coaching. Called Coach Dunphy and said, Coach, I can't play anymore at the level that I want to play. And he said, come back and be a grad assistant for him at Temple. So my time there, I was able to get my master's degree in sports business, and also learn from Coach Dunphy in a different space that I fell in love with the game. From there, I graduated, interned for the Phillies. A lot of people don't know that I was an intern for the Phillies while I was doing my graduate program. From there, I went to Rider University as a player development coach, and also worked at the NBA League office. I was basically a supervisor, managing all the games at night. And then from there, I got invited to coach the junior national team as an assistant. Did a great job. We ended up winning. And then from there, I went the JUCO route. A lot of people, see the JUCO route, different perspective, but I enjoy my time at Monroe College. I think I learned a lot about kids from, that get overlooked or people think are not good enough. But I think there's great players in the JUCO level as well. From there, I ended up going to down in Florida, down at Stetson University with Coach Donnie Jones and Brandon Sir. Donnie Jones, an assistant at Florida when they won the back-to-back with Billy Donovan, and Coach Sher was an assistant for Doug Chake. Sorry.
I know too, but I forget his name right now.
Can you hear me? Oh, I froze up. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Coach Sir was an assistant in Detroit
for Chuck Davis. Yeah, for Chuck Davis. So from there, it was cool. I got a chance to work under those two guys, and then my previous job from this one, I was a double for Coach Killings. I was there for about 8-9 months, and then I got my opportunity here now. So,
yeah.
And then I also coached in the World Cup game with the DR national team that we ended up beating Germany to qualify for the second round. So I've been one of the most luckiest guys in this business, that I learned a lot from most coaches, and I've been grateful. And every day has just been an awesome experience. And now I get to work for Coach Daniels now as well. So
yeah, that's awesome. That's a lot of experience. We probably could have a segment for every stop you had along the way.
Yeah.
And people know, obviously, people who look into you or research you, big time player, recruited at a high level. What was that like being recruited by Coach Chaney? What was that process like?
It was a cool experience because, everyone in my family or, in the basketball world know Coach Chin. He was a prominent figure in sports
Yeah,
because he led the right way, and he's always fighting for something that, was bigger than basketball. Having him speaking to my parents was crazy because he was a basketball Hall of Famer.
yeah,
And having him wanting me to come to Temple would, seal the deal because he was known for producing great guards and great point guards. So it was a no-brainer.
no brainer. Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you compare? And this is probably a loaded question. You can go a million ways with it. How would you compare the recruiting process when you were coming out to where it's at now? Take away NIL. We all know NIL. We all know all that stuff going on, transfer portal. But like, do you see a lot of similarities when you are approaching a family? Since you went through it, do you kind of try and stick to things that maybe you thought worked for you and your family, or like, kind of what did you?
I mean, I think recruiting now has completely changed since the whole COVID incident that happened.
Yeah,
I think it goes into hand in hand, just being able to connect with families and players. You have to be genuine. You have to be who you are.
yeah,
Because most family, they want to trust them basically yourself with the kid and make sure that you're doing all the right things on and off the court and pushing them in the classroom and also believing in them. So I think like I said, I think it goes hand in hand.
yeah,
But I think recruiting now is much harder than when I played.
for sure. Switching gears to your FIBA experience, what was that like coaching the Dominican Republic? Who was the head coach with you when you were there?
It was Nestor Garcia. He's still the
Okay.
coach now, and
Okay.
Mebin Lopez.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So a good history there. I mean, anybody who's noticing anything about the last, I don't know how long you would say, but the Dominican Republic is playing some pretty serious basketball. And it's really cool to see, right? It's something different that maybe what people from the outside who don't know what's going on are used to. Maybe you're used to seeing Puerto Rico, US, whatever. But it's really cool to see this Dominican wave of basketball. What do you attribute that to? Is it something that's been building over the years? Has it always been there, and now we're just starting to finally recognize it, or what do you think?
I mean, especially in our country, Dominican Republic, my parents was born and raised there. I think we're known for baseball,
Yeah,
but basketball has always been in our bloods. It goes back to way before I was born.
yeah,
But I think it goes to basically the federation. Maite Mercedes, those guys who basically are doing a great job with the youth program, and it's just been showing now. Me and Edgar Sosa were like the first two guys that started like the U15. And I'm 34 now, 35 years old, so it's about 20 years. Um, Basically just in and out of hard work of trying to go to different parts in the U.S. and also recruit players from Boston, New York City.
yeah,
So I think and I think basketball is what we love. As you can tell, we're all passionate the way we play.
yeah,
It's been a credit to the federation what they've been able to do with the lack of resources,
absolutely.
but the community stays together. So
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Coach Calipari, did he coach the DR
he
for like
did.
a summer or a cup of coffee?
He did. He did. That was like one of the best DR teams that we ever had. It was Lou Flores, Al Harford, Charlie Villanueva, Jack Martinez, Ron Ramon, Edgar Sosa, and those some Car Anthony Town as well. So that was some
That's
big
not a
time.
bad lineup to have.
It was not. It was not. And then Coach Antigua was
Yeah,
who was an assistant at Kentucky. Was an assistant there as well. So
yeah. It's really cool to see, just the last I don't know, a couple of years since the LABC's grown, being able to get to know different coaches. And it's neat to see the pockets of coaches where you have your Cuban guys, you got your Frank Martins, Tony Pujols, Sergio Rocco's, Miami guys. And then you got your guys on the Upper East Coast, whether you're Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, but right, Ronald's name, your name, Antigua, Chuck Martin, right, being from out that way. And it's just really cool to see you guys, us, quite frankly, just having pride in where our parents are from or where they're from. And it's really cool to see just how the international game has grown, obviously, all around the world, but especially in Latin America, more than ever, it's competitive than ever. And I think it goes back to, I always think back to, I think it was the last Olympics when they were criticizing the United States. The media was saying, oh, they're not winning by a million. And Popovich is like, yeah, the world's getting better. Like it shouldn't be expected to beat a team by 50 just because we're the United States of America. And it's credit to you guys and everyone really doing their job. And like you said, it's developing and finding the kids when they're young and getting them the under 15, under 17, to see it grow. So last couple minutes here, what would you say if you could think of one thing that you took from each head coach you've worked for? What would you attribute?
Basically, just putting your head down is work. There's going to be days you're going to question yourself. There's going to be days that's going to be much happier than other days. But I think, when you work and you have a passion, those things build success and builds character. So I think being able to just put your head down and see, sometimes in coaching, you don't see the future because you're so caught up in the moment. But I think when you basically give yourself up and just work and believe in your skill set. So that's one thing I learned throughout this journey.
Yeah, that's awesome. New job right now.
Yep.
Right. Fantastic. Full-time assistant. What was the first order of business for you when you got the job? Was it get approved, all that, and then jump right into recruiting?
Yeah. I mean, because I've been in the space of director of ops, being assistant at the FIBA level. So basically I had to wear a different hat, you know what I mean? So, and coaching, especially at the lower level, I think, it's a blessing to work in different space and different entities. So I think, when I got here, it was basically let's roll, and it's a new staff. I'm super excited to be a part of the staff. Being around two head coaches. Coach Allen was the head coach at Army, and Coach Davis that was at Bucknell. So, and then Tyler Wilson, that also assistant at Manhattan. So being around those guys, they all have their different unique ways. And I think a staff that can work together and, and believe in each other, I think is success. So,
yeah, that's awesome. All right. So I'll end with, I guess, kind of a fun question. I don't know how fun it is. I've been asking everybody, what is your game day routine as a coach? Do you have any superstitions or, what does that look like for you?
I have to have coffee in the morning. I got caught up in the coffee world now. I like my espressos in the morning. I try to get a workout in.
Yeah.
Just to keep my mind sharp. I like running. Running has been like one of my escape from the world. I try to get like 2 to 4 miles on a day. But I like to watch some film, read up as much as information I can on the opposing team, and then study, and then just get ready for the game.
Yeah, no doubt. What is, and I'll ask one more, because why not? What are you looking forward to with this next stop in your career? What is kind of the new challenges, maybe you would say, but also exciting things, combination of just what are you looking forward to? What are you looking to bring in, and also learning, growing? So kind of a multi-part question.
I kind of want to use all my resources that I've all my stops that I've learned and met people and learned life experiences, and just bring all that here. I think New Hampshire is a great place. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful campus, great people, and I want to share what I have, what I experienced to
Yeah.
make this program one of the top programs in the East Coast. But I think my ability to connect with people, that's one of my strengths that I really enjoy. I love talking to people that come from different backgrounds.
Mhm.
Being able to tap into different cultures, that's what makes me unique. So,
Yeah.
um, but I'm super excited. I can't wait. But you know, the future looks bright.
Love it. Love it. Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on. Everyone who's tapping in with us right now, make sure that you follow Coach on social media so you can follow him along the way. But again, Coach, really appreciate the time, and we look forward to staying connected with you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And also, Coach Lucas, I just want to say thank you. I know this Latino Association when it first started, to see how much it's grown. Kudos to you and your team. And I can only imagine what would it be in 2 years, 5 years from now. Because I remember when we first started, it was only about 20 of us in the room,
Yep.
and now it's probably hundreds. And
Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt, man. We appreciate it. And
yeah,
and shout out to Jason Ludwig, president of the organization. I mean, he started in a small dark room, I think, with Frank Martin and
yeah,
Sergio Rocco and maybe another coach or two, in 2014, and see where it's at now. It's unbelievable. And the best part is getting to know guys like yourself
yep,
across all levels. And what's been really cool is to see you guys, like, we've had a lot of guys get new jobs the last few years and just keep advancing. A couple guys have always said over the years, when you guys win, we win. Everybody
yeah,
else wins,
yeah.
and we can keep proving to people that, hey, we might be Latino. No, we're not soccer coaches only or baseball coaches. We can win some basketball games too.
Nice.
It's just credit to the hard work all you guys do, and
Yeah,
we just got to keep on going.
yeah. But it's awesome. Awesome. Thank you for
Awesome.
having me.
Yep.